Hello again, fellow BeachBum traders. Thank you for joining us for part 2 of our weekly trading game plan for the trading week of June 26th through June 30th, where we'll select our top swing trading stocks to watch. What stocks do we have in our main watch list, and our bullpen, and our shopping list. We'll also talk about dividend payers and our options strategies and additional strategies and trade ideas for making money trading for the week of June 26th through June 30th. Here's our notes, our Google document with our notes for part 2 of our weekly trading game plan for this week. We make our Google documents with our notes publicly accessible. You can find a direct link to this document in the description box below. Our Google document with our notes contain links to bonus videos, the tools we use, etc. Resources. We store all of our Google documents with our notes in a publicly accessible Google Drive folder, and so you can find a direct link to that Google Drive folder also in the description box below, so you can refer back to these notes as well as notes from our previous weekly trading game plans. If you haven't already seen part 1 of our weekly trading game plan for this week, titled Make Money Trading in Summer, this summer, we would highly recommend that you also view part 1, as that contains our market analysis, our trade ideas and strategies for the trading week of June 26th and through June 30th, and again, how to make money trading this summer. So again, we'd recommend you also see part 1. Welcome, Milan Tudorov, the Ricky Khan, Flip of the Shippa. Thank you all for joining us today. Glad to see you. Hope you all are doing well. So first, we'll talk about some of the trades we made last week, and we'll go over them very briefly, and then we'll look at the charts in Weeble. So the first one is we went long on MJ. MJ is an ETF on, they call it Alternative Harvest. It's probably one of the most popular ETFs to trade cannabis. I believe the other one is MSOS, and we have both of those in our ETF sheet. MJ provided a little bit better risk reward at the time. We've had it in our watch list for some period of time, which you can hear our thesis on MJ in last week's weekly trading game plan videos. And we finally went long on 621 at 299. So again, we'll look at that. I expect this to be probably a long-term swing. Again, we don't know of any catalysts, eminent catalysts offhand on cannabis, but periodically it has some hype behind it, and it tends to pop up. So again, this may be a long-term swing trade in cannabis, just waiting for that euphoric pop in cannabis. We also went long on PALL, on palladium. We looked at the charts on palladium, platinum, etc. Many of the industrial metals and precious metals had declined recently. We've been watching palladium off and on for a period of time. We finally went long on 622 at 120.02. Again, this palladium has a tendency to pop pretty quickly, so we'll see if we get that pop as well. Welcome also, Alan Krantz. Thank you for joining us. Hope you're doing well. Just a quick reminder, if you'd like to get real-time alerts when we make a trade, when we exit a trade, etc., you can get that information via any level of our Patreon. As quickly as possible, post to our Patreon members, and you get email notifications, again, when we enter and exit trades. And then also our Patreon members have access to some alerts channels in our Discord. I also have a number of price alerts set up on various stocks in Thinkorswim. When those get triggered, it gets automatically posted to this Thinkorswim channel. And then if we follow that up with an actual trade, then I'll update in that Thinkorswim alerts channel. If it's not based on a Thinkorswim alert, then I would post it in the Trade Alerts channel. Again, in our Discord, and any level of our Patreon will give you access to these alerts channels, as well as getting email notifications when we enter or exit a trade. Again, I don't recommend anyone blindly follow us in or out of a trade, but if this would help you make money trading, help you succeed in your trading career, to see our entries and exits on our trades, you can again get that information via any level of our Patreon. And you can find the link to our Patreon in the description box below. And we appreciate your support in that way. So we'll look at the charts for those two trades in Weeble. Another nice thing of Weeble, I'm using the online browser version of Weeble, is you can have all kinds of different watch lists. So I keep our trades for the week so we can review them, and our weekly trading game plan in a separate watch list so we can see MJ. Again, this is the cannabis ETF. You can see it's been holding support around 3 pretty well. It did break down a little bit below on Friday. So again, if you're interested in that trade, you might actually be able to still get in at a lower price than we did. Again, you can see how it's pretty much holding up at that support level. You can see it just went ex-dividend on the 21st. Somewhat erratic dividends. Looks like it has been quarterly. Looks like they missed a quarter, and then it just went ex-dividend on the 21st. So we just missed that dividend, it looks like. So again, you can see it's been declining for a long period of time, has plenty of upside potential, potential double. Up to the 5 area and above over a long period of time. So again, this may be a very long-term swing. Palladium, if we look at the long term, we see that rapid decline recently. See, it has a tendency, when it bounces up, it can bounce up pretty quickly. So again, this might be a short-term scalp. So again, we got in around 120. You can see it dipped a little below that as well. So again, if you're interested in that trade on Palladium, might be an opportunity to get in at a better price than we got in, just around 120 or so. Welcome, Douglas PC, Easy Mike, Nug M. Glad to see you all. Thank you for joining us. So now we'll go over what we have in our main watch list for this week. So I'll go over the list very quickly from our notes, and then we'll look at the charts again in Weeble very quickly. We've been watching BDRY for a while. BDRY is an ETF on dry bulk shipping. So we've been looking for an opportunity to swing that. Yesterday we looked at the various technology sectors. We identified the trend channels that both the FANGs, FANG-U, and SOXL seem to be adhering to. When they hit that resistance line, they tend to bounce down, which they've done recently. So we're still watching FANG-D to see if we get another test of that upper resistance level on FANG-U, and if so, then again we would take a long at FANG-D, which is a short on the FANG stocks. So again, I use that resistance, the top peak in FANG-U, to determine the entry point in FANG-D for shorts. Again, I'm a little bit more hesitant on the FANGs because they're also using the FANGs as a flight to safety. But we have seen a rotation in and out of the FANG stocks on an almost alternate day basis recently, and it did seem to adhere pretty well to that upper trend line. METC is an old favorite we've used to play the sector rotation in coal and coking coal. Looks like there was a rotation out of coking coal recently. So we're watching METC as a potential to take advantage of that sector rotation in and out of coking coal again. We talked about MJ. We're already long MJ. Again, you can still get in at a better price. We've been watching MP Materials. Again, basic materials got beaten down pretty severely at the end of the week. MP, I think it's below 22 now or so. I'll show you where our ideal price target is. You can hear why we like MP Materials via our previous due diligence video, via the link in the notes and or on our BeachBum Trading YouTube channel. We talked about PAL, PALL, the long on Palladium. I was just mentioning SOXL, which is the long on semiconductors. Again, we looked at the charts for SOXL and FANG-U yesterday. We saw semiconductors also got resistance from that upper trend line, tended to respect that quite a bit, bounced down. Right now, SOXS is up, SOXL is down, but if we see another push in semiconductors, we might get another opportunity to scalp or swing trade semiconductors short using SOXS. You can see more details about how we trade SOXL and SOXS via the link to this bonus video in our notes here. UROY is one of our favorites for trading the sector rotation in and out of uranium. Uranium again took a dip end of the week primarily with energy as a whole. So again, we're still watching for another sector rotation, out of uranium, give us an opportunity to enter and then swing it back up. It has been declining recently. We'll see. So we might get an opportunity there. You can see our discussion of which uranium we like, we prefer, and why in the link to this video in the notes as well. Just again, a heads up, they have filed a mixed shelf offering. I have yet to see that go into effect, but they could drop an offering, at any time. So again, good idea to have a stop in if you do get into UROY. USOI is our long ETN on oil. We saw oil drop down below 70. Again, I want to use the actual WTI price or the futures, which is CL in Thinkorswim, to determine the bottom in WTI. It's now below 70. The most recent low is about 64.36. You can see I like USOI, under 70, and we're just looking for that dip in oil to enter USOI. It pays a healthy dividend. That we'll also see in Weeble. Welcome, Tony Roses. Thank you for joining us. Glad to see you as well. So now we'll jump over in a second and look at these charts in Weeble. Just a quick reminder, also our Patreon members, any level of our Patreon members have access to a daily automatically generated web page, which includes our watch list, our bullpen, etc., as well as price targets, ex-dividend date information, dividend payment information, optionality information. And again, it's regenerated daily. So if I make any intra-week changes to our watch list, then those show up in the automatically generated web page. And our Patreon members also have access to a stock watch list channel in our Discord. So if I make any changes after that page has been generated, I post it in the stocks watch list channel in our Discord that our Patreon members also have access to. So you can see when we added FANGD to our watch list, we posted that with, again, price targets, optionality information, etc. in our Discord. So again, if you'd like more frequent updates to our watch lists, you can get access to all of that via any level of our Patreon. So just a quick reminder, we'll jump over to Weeble and look at those charts. If you're not already using Weeble, they're still offering 12 free stocks for joining. They're also offering a 5% interest rate on your idle cash. So again, we use Weeble for our market analysis, due diligence, the majority of our trading, etc. So let me grab a quick drink and then we'll go through the charts of our primary watch list. Okay, so here's our main watch list in the online version of Weeble. So again, we can see BDRY, dry bulk shipping, previous low around 550. It's been pretty flat recently, so we're just waiting for a little bit of a dip. You can see it's, just been pretty flat. We get a little bit of a dip. You can see it tends to pop up pretty good as well. So, up into the 10s. So good opportunity there. Again, we talked about, FANG-U. We looked at the charts and the trend lines yesterday. You can see the high in FANG-U is 203.55. So if we get a test in that range, then we want to go long on FANG-D. Again, these are leveraged ETFs, so they have a tendency to decay over time. And again, on these all the leveraged ETFs, I want to use the long version, the top or the resistance point, the long version, to determine the entry point in the shorts. So we see FANG-D's popped up a little bit with that descent in the FANG-U's. METC, again, this is the coking coal. You see it's up a little bit, took a serious dip. That's when we added it back to our watch list. Happened to pop back up. Again, there's a significant sector rotation in and out of coking coal. METC also has kind of a special situation, and they have some rare earth elements, and it looks like they're trying to do a dual class stock with their rare earth elements, and they already issued, or the date for it holding it to get the issue of their rare earth stocks already passed. But again, that's a kind of a special situation going on in METC. MP Materials, again, we've been watching it. Ideally, we'd like it, near that previous bottom. Again, it looks like it's kind of rolling over. It's below 22 again. Anywhere 21 or below is pretty good. Again, it's pretty nice upside into the 30s. So again, you can kind of see it's been flat. It's respected that 2021 area pretty good and bounces off of that pretty well. Talked about semiconductors, very similar to FANG-U, and we saw yesterday it is respecting, this trend line. Previous high is 26.75, so I'm watching for a test of that near that high. You can see where that pivot point, long-term pivot point is. So test of that resistance line, you see how well it bounced off of that. SOXL has been descending. We might see a bounce off the previous support line down, in this 20 area. So again, SOXS is another leveraged ETF, so it decays some. You see it's popped up some with the decline in semiconductors. UROI, again, the play on uranium, anywhere around this 182 bottom. Anywhere under 2 is not too bad. So you see it has a tendency to pop up pretty good too. See all these support levels in this area. So just a little dip in UROI, and we'll pick it up for another swing. See the recent highs, 230 or so, and then much longer term we could get into the threes, low threes. Again, USOI, this is the ETF on oil. You see it's kind of high. I don't think we'll get a shot down at 65 again. Somewhere, 70.07. You see how it's dipped down just around 70 a couple times and then bounce back up again. As oil spikes down, we might be able to get an entry point in the USOI. So you guys talking about the leverage on oil or on natural gas, long boil, short cold. Again, natural gas bounced up. We looked at it yesterday. Right now it's, I think, in the 270 range. My humble opinion, I think it might, test 3 and bounce back down, hit some resistance around 3. Yeah, I believe that's correct, that the Netherlands was shutting down one of their gas fields, and there was also, I think I heard something about this Finland or someone was shutting down one of their pipelines or something. So I'm not sure if that's what caused the big pop. Ricky Kahn said he got LNG news this morning. I didn't see that, so if you have a reference to that, that would be helpful as well. So thank you for that information, Ricky Kahn. So now we'll talk about our bullpen stocks. Again, if you're new to our channel, the concept of the bullpen stocks are ones that we're not watching real time, not running my automation systems on those as I do with our real-time watch list. I just, these are setups that potentially in the near future may be attractive. I revisit them at the end of the day. If the setup looks improves and looks like something we want to watch, then I put it in the game, move it up to our main watch list. If it breaks down and runs away, then we just take it out of the bullpen. Again, I just revisit these each day at the end of the day, and you'll see I have a separate watch list for them. I can flip through them rather quickly. Yes, Boyle and UVXY, Millen's pointing out that Boyle reverse split on Friday, UVXY, and I think Easy Mike said BIXY also reverse split. Again, those are all ETFs. So we were watching EWV, which was the short on the Nikkei. And we saw yesterday that Nikkei declined along with, most of the other indices. And so the shorts pretty much run away. So unless we get another bounce back and a recovery in the Nikkei, we're going to put EWV into our bullpen for a while. So I'll just watch it, look at it at the end of the day. It's pretty illiquid, low float, so I don't expect it to really make a significant move very quickly. You can see our thesis, our strategy on how to trade the Nikkei Japan in the bonus link in the via the link in our notes. We've been talking about SARK, again, another way to short some of the technology sectors. This is, the ARKK. This is the short on ARKK. So if we get a rotation, sentiment change from the high growth tech companies that Kathy Woods buys, then we could take a short in SARK. So if we see an exuberant run, hits a peak, if ARK bounces down, so then the same way we would use the peak, the top in ARK to determine the entry point to short ARK using SARK. If you're not already getting this information or you'd like to follow what they're buying in the ARK Invest ETFs, what's Kathy Woods and ARK Invest buying in their various ETFs, if that would help you, make a determination whether you want a long or short ARK or the other ARKs. A long time ago, I did a video on how to get and use ARK Invest daily trade information, how to get that via email, what they're buying and selling in each of their ETFs, and also other places that you can get their current positions. You can see that video via the link in our notes. And also in our BeachBum trading channel, I have an ARK playlist with that video in it. So I hope that also helps. The last one in our bullpen we've been watching for a little while. This is BHI. This is basic materials. They do titanium nitrate, and they're quite a conglomerate. You can hear more about our review of Valhai VHI via the bonus link in the notes, where we can go over their profile, etc. It's kind of a conglomerate. It's also a dividend payer, so it pays a dividend. So we've been watching this for a little while. Previously, we traded TROX, made some money on that one. It's kind of run away. So we're looking for a similar opportunity using VHI. So let me grab a drink a second. We'll look at those bullpen stocks in Weeble. Okay, so I'll flip over to my bullpen watch list. Again, nice thing about Weeble is you can just have all kinds of different watch lists, quickly access them. So here's ARK-K. So this is the main, innovation ETF on ARK. You can see it's just recently peaked out and rolled over. So if we get just a retest of that resistance, that previous peak, looks like that, area, that 45, mid 45 areas, pretty good peak, pretty good resistance area. Then again, we would look to go long SARK. So you see SARK bounced up recently, and you see it's got plenty of opportunities. So if we just go from peak to trough, up to about 45 or so, so maybe a 50% near-term opportunity. The long on the Nikkei on Japan is EZJ, so you can see it peaked out, tested that resistance a couple times, bounced back down. The Nikkei's been strong. We'll see if we get another push back up, and again, you can see it's pretty choppy, pretty illiquid. So we got that bounce up in EWV. So again, if we just see a retest down of that support level, maybe we could catch a retest of that peak in the Nikkei, and then a eventual rollover. Welcome, Smoked Tuna. Thank you for joining us. So Ricky's posted something about the Freeport LNG news. So, I mean, that sounds positive from a natural gas standpoint. So we talked about SARK and ARK. Here's VHI. Again, this is that titanium nitride. You see it's been running kind of high, had a major pop back up on Friday. Not sure, what that pop is causing. See, it does pay a dividend, small dividend, last ex-dividend on the 1st. Looks like quarterly dividend. We'll see that again in our dividend payers as well. So the concept of our shopping list, again, we always recommend you have your shopping list of stocks that you want to buy, own, potentially long-term investments, etc., to take advantage of any, irrational drops in those stocks due to, earnings, irrational drops in the market, etc. So again, stocks that you just want to be able to take advantage of any opportunity to buy. We just have the caveat to stay away from zombie stocks, zombie ETFs, again, with high and potentially still rising interest rates. If they're not able to, service their debt, they're going to be, at risk of going under. And we've seen, a number of bankruptcies already. I would expect to continue to see more in these categories of zombie stocks. So. Okay, so now we'll look at our dividend payers, and we'll also look at, we'll talk about our option strategies as well. So I'll bring up our dividend payers spreadsheet. If anybody has a particular dividend paying stock you'd like to take a look at, you can throw it up in the chat, let us know. Again, just a reminder, our All Access and VIP Patreon members have access to all of these Google Sheets, our ETF comparison Google Sheet, our dividend payers, our options, our puts, ROIC Google Sheet, and you can access these at any time. So again, if you're looking to put together, an income strategy using a variety of dividend payers, you can access this anytime. So again, just by joining our All Access or VIP level or our Patreon will give you access to all these Google Sheets. So Easy Mike is talking about GDXJ and SILJ, which are the dividend payers on the gold and silver miners. I don't know if I have GD. What's the gold one? GDXJ. I don't have that one in here right now. Well, I do have SOVJ. He's mentioning they did a rebalance. I don't know if that's related to the Russell rebalance. One I've been watching recently that we've traded before is Realty Income. It's a very popular REIT. Pays 26 cents a month. It's been coming down. The REITs all got hammered last week. You can see right now it's in 58. The 52 week is 55. Anywhere under 60 is pretty good. Ideally, I'd like it around 55. So I thought about putting this in the bullpen, putting the watch list. I am keeping an eye on Again, it's a lot of their stuff is retail, so it's getting beat up pretty bad. But it is a very popular. It's a dividend aristocrat. Again, very popular REIT dividend payer. Talked about VHI. I know Easy Mike likes UAN. There's USOI. That's the ETN on oil. Here's VHI. So we see a small dividend. See the adjusted yield's pretty nice. JEPQ, JEPI, very popular ones as well. Again, they don't seem to move a whole lot, but if you're just looking for places to park money. Yesterday we were talking about junk as well. See, junk's a little high. JEPI, JEPQ. Been looking at I saw this guy JROY, but they're losing money. It's a gold royalty company. I didn't like the fact they're losing money. I would be leery of any dividend payer that's losing money, at being at risk of a dividend cut. So you can quickly look at any of these guys. If they're highlighted, it means they're kind of close to their support level. And then you can jump over to the notes field and pop up their profile. So again, there's the FinViz link in the notes. You pop up their profile, and we see income losing money. So again, if I see that, we can also see what category they fall in. Precious metal mining I like, but the fact they're losing money I don't like. So I'm not going to touch GROI at this time. See GLDI, we hold significant position in that. That's the Credit Suisse ETN on gold, silver. They just recently paid their dividends on the 20th. So the next one would be about a month from now. But we see, nice healthy dividends on those guys. So if anybody else has one they want to look at in the chat, please throw it up there. Again, our all access and VIP Patreons, you can use this dividend payers Google sheet, to put together your schedule of dividend payers with whatever dividend payment, whatever yield that you would like, schedule. You can see the ex-dividend dates, the dividend paid, the base yield, and then also the adjusted yield, which takes into account price appreciation. You can see what industry category they fall in, whether it's optionable. So you could, if it's optionable, you could also sell covered calls against it to generate your own additional dividends. So we like those as well. So let me grab a drink and we'll go on. Tony Roses want to look at square or block. Let me put that in the questions, and then we'll come back to it when we get there. Good morning, Walter. Thank you for joining us. Let me grab a drink. I'll put square or block in the questions, and we'll come back to that one. Okay. Okay, so we'll talk about our option strategies real quickly. Just again, a quick reminder on dividend payers. If you'd like us to add anything to our spreadsheet or do the research, have our systems, find their dividend payment information and do the research to calculate, their potential price appreciation, just ask in our Discord, etc., in the comments. Also, we have a channel in our Discord under the investing where we get automatic feeds for dividend hikes and dividend cuts. All the other channels, except for the ones I pointed out earlier in our Discord's free to join. You have access to all of those channels. So again, you can get information on dividend hikes, dividend cuts via the channel in our Discord. And again, you can ask us if you'd like us to research anything in our Discord, dividend payers, etc. We're BeachBum Trading. Again, BeachBum Trading, lowercase, all one word. Anybody with a pound or a number is an imposter. So. Okay, our option strategies, again, in general, we sell and buy back covered calls. We sell and buy back puts, generally cash secured puts. So obviously our covered calls are against positions we already own. So we're looking for opportunities to sell and buy back covered calls. So we put together this puts ROIC, return on invested capital, Google sheet. Again, our all access and VIP Patreons have access to this puts ROIC Google sheet as well. Take a quick look at that. Again, with the VIX generally being low, a lot of the implied volatilities have been, depressed. So the premiums have been kind of depressed. So there haven't been a whole lot of new opportunities, but I'll point out some of them. And again, all the white columns update real time, mostly via Google Finance function. So during the day, I can pop this open. Green says the stock's declining, so it might be a potential opportunity to sell a put. Red, obviously, it's going up, so not sell, but if I've already sold it, buy it back. The ones tagged in yellow are ones that I have a sell out on. It'd be green if I already sold it. And then you can see my target prices in the sell price column as well, which, is probably a recent high. So I currently have sells out on Amazon at 80. That's, premium's not good, not likely to hit. I added one on Disney again. We've done this several times. Sold puts at 85 on Disney, made some money. You can see I'm targeting about 360, but right now it's about 260. So, I might take that on Monday. Moderna at 115. Again, right now it's at 560 would be the high. I might pick that one up pretty quick. And then TQQQ, I don't think that's going to hit either. You can also see I'm comparing the July and the August. So right now the August on Disney is significantly better premium. So I'd probably sell the August on Disney. So you can see I compare different expirations, different strike prices on these in this puts ROIC Google sheet. And then we've got the research tab, nothing really popping up. Ones I'm, not watching as closely, but ones we watched before, AMD, Enphase, etc., Apple. And then again, if you'd like us to do research on additional puts, just let us know. We can do the research, add it to our systems. Our automated systems collects this information and then updates it at the end of the day, all the gray columns from our automated systems. And again, you can, see the videos, get more information about how to use our puts ROIC Google sheet, the evolution of our option strategies, both in this search link in the notes and also in our options playlist on our YouTube channel. So I had a couple questions. Tony was just asking about square or block. Let me we'll look at the chart real quickly. Also, I have a video. I've done due diligence on Square or Block before. Let me see if I can get that video. I'll bring up FinBiz. We'll look at it and see if I can get the link to that video, and I will add that under your question probably after we finish today. But again, you can see our previous due diligence on Square or Block in our previous due diligence video on our YouTube channel. So again, in the link section on our homepage, beachbumtrading.com, we've got, links to all the tools, resources we use, etc. So that's, where I go to find links to tools. So we'll look at FinBiz. We'll do Block. Actually, that is the ETF. It's the Bitcoin ETF, and we actually hold that right now. So here's Square, Block. First thing is they're losing a bunch of money. Don't like them. So also, it's sensitive to Bitcoin. Maybe they might want to rethink their renaming to Bitcoin with the decline. I know it just bounced back up, but the sentiment, the hype on crypto seems to have waned quite a bit over the past, 6 months or so. So, but yeah, bottom line is they're losing a lot of money. I don't like them. You see, that looks like a Head and Shoulders. That doesn't look good. Looks like they're coming up to test their longer term moving average. They did have, looks like, a golden cross recently, got a little pop, but it fell off again pretty quickly. Again, been, major decline. So if you bought it back, even last year, you lost a lot of money. Now it looks like it's just kind of oscillating, trying to find a steady state. Doesn't really look like it's going anywhere. Again, they're losing money. Again, fintech's out of style right now. Again, losing money. Their revenue's increasing, but their costs are outrunning their revenue. So again, I don't like them. I can't recommend it, in terms of any type of swing trade. If you get a there's some volatility. So if you want to day trade it, doesn't look like it's, it does look like it's respecting that lower trend line pretty good. So if you get at a low price, ride it up to a peak, short-term scalp, might be able to make some money. But in terms of any kind of longer-term hold, I wouldn't be interested in it. And again, you can hear more about my thesis on the company, etc., potential opportunities in our due diligence video on Square or Block. So I hope that answers the question and helps. Also, we got a question yesterday in the live chat on Genpak, symbol G, by Mighty Soldiers Trades. I apologize, Mighty Soldiers Trades, that I missed the question at the time. But he asked, have we reviewed Genpak G? Believe they lost some of their Walmart contracts. So I wanted to go over Genpak also today. So we'll again jump back over to FinViz. We'll look at G. See major decline. I couldn't find a news article that explained that was due to a loss of Walmart contracts, but that would make a lot of sense. Although it also looks like it's getting heavy resistance from that trend line, also from the moving average. So, and then that broke very quickly down through that pivot point. Looks like it bounced off of the lower trend line. It made a little bit of a recovery and then very quick descent back down. See their IT services, information technology services, based out of Bermuda. They do make quite a bit of money. Pays a very small dividend. Shares outstanding float, not too bad. Looks like the target price about 47. Not heavily shorted. Have a little bit troubling debt. Look at their profile. Again, if we look at where that drop was, that was what, early May. I didn't see a big flag, of news item explaining that. So we could see they're at IT services. Looks like they're Asia, North America, Europe, financial services, healthcare, consumer, high-tech manufacturing. Kind of sounds like a consulting type of thing, which kind of broad consulting, which I think might be the weakness. They might have lost that type of contract. They offer IT services, end user computing support, infrastructure. Looks like their revenue's been increasing yearly, so that's not too bad. EPS doesn't look too bad. So again, it must be due to the loss of those Walmart contracts and or something else going on in the company caused that significant drop. Looks like this year their revenue's been declining generally. Looks like earnings per share is pretty steady. So again, there must be that kind of news. Net income actually increased, so not bad. It probably would warrant additional due diligence to dig into what caused that significant drop. What's their long-term future look like? You'd see, it dropped off significantly, got bottomed down in the 34 area. So, you might get a bounce back off of that. If you're trying to short it, and that is the news out there, there might be an opportunity. It looks like it's, got quite a ways to fall. So, and an ugly morning star type candle on the very long term monthly. So, yeah, in terms of a long, it doesn't look very promising any time in the near future. But as a potential short, it looks like that might be an opportunity. So, hopefully that helps Mighty Soldiers Trades. Just FYI, we don't generally short individual stocks, as most of our trading's in retirement accounts, and you're precluded from shorting individual stocks. But I hope that helps. So if anyone else has any other stocks you want to look at, any other questions, we've got a few minutes. We can look at some additional stocks, answer any additional questions you might have. Let me grab a drink a second. I'll check the chat, see if I missed anything. If I previously missed your question, please throw it back up in the chat, and we'll try to address it at this time. So if you're watching this after the fact or think of a question later, please feel free to throw it up in the comments under this video. Ask us in the Discord. You can also contact us via our social media sites. You can find all the links to our social media sites, as well as the invite to our Discord, our Facebook group, Reddit community, etc. All our social media sites under links on our homepage, beachbumtrading.com, bum without the U. So again, plenty of ways you can contact us, ask us if you'd like us to do due diligence on a stock, a quick take look like we did for Square and G, etc. Just let us know. We take a look, and we can update it in one of these live streams or videos, or release a separate video on due diligence. So we'd also love to hear from the community. How can we improve our weekly trading game plans, the videos that we release, our community resources to add more value for all of our BeachBum traders. So we'd really appreciate your feedback, and let us know what we can do to help you make money trading, help you succeed in your trading career. So we need your feedback to make this of the maximal value for all everyone in our BeachBum trading community. So we hope you like this information. We hope you'll smash the like button. Another thing that can help us grow our BeachBum trading community is getting the YouTube algorithm to share our videos with more of your fellow traders. We also hope that you will share our content and invite your fellow traders to join our community, join our live streams. You all can continue the chats, 24/7 in our Discord. So join us in the live chats during live stream, and any other time you can chat with the community in our Discord. Most people start in the Beach Party channel, but we have channels for various different types of trading styles, asset classes, etc. So you can chat with fellow traders that are trading in your style, in your asset classes in our Discord. Let me make a last check, see if I missed any questions, any tickers that someone wants. I see Douglas PC says Google Domains is moving to Square. We'll see if that helps them recover any. We looked at LabU and LabD yesterday. Yeah, we saw, biotech LabU didn't really have the same opportunities as the FANGU, FANGD, and SOXL, SOXS. So those are the ones that we're interested in. Okay, so we appreciate everyone joining us today for part 2 of our weekly trading game plan. And if you have any other questions, comments, etc., you can put them in the comments under this video in our Discord, Facebook group, Reddit community, etc. Otherwise, we hope that you have good luck and have a great trading week. And we'll see you all back here again. Thank you again for watching, for joining us, and have a great rest of your weekend. Bye.